This shoe is nothing like I was expecting. I was kind of expecting something like the Clifton 7, where you just go along, you're sinking into the foam, and you have no worry in the world. That's not what I'm getting in the 1080 V11. It's actually something quite different. Now, this is only my first impressions, but let's talk about how I'm feeling after the first few runs in the 1080 V11. I gotta start off by saying this is a shoe that I purchased with my own cold hard-earned Canadian Monopoly money. And you know what? It kinda hurt. It's an expensive shoe, but we'll get to that later on in the video. The 1080 V11 comes in at 9.3 ounces for a men's size 9, I think they use, and at 8.3 ounces for a women's size 7 or 8. I don't know what they use to weigh it, but in my size 10.5 US men's, you're looking at that typical weight, for me anyway, of 293 grams. And like I said, it's pretty typical for a daily trainer to be in that range, so not too bad. I don't really care too much about weight anyway, but that's a topic for another video. You have 30 millimeters of stack height in the heel, 22 in the forefoot for an 8 millimeter drop. They have Fresh Foam X in the midsole and a stretchy knit material for the upper, but we'll get into that stuff once we move on to those sections, and why not? Let's get over to the midsole section and talk about this Fresh Foam X. So I have to be honest, after the first few strides in this shoe, I was totally disappointed. I wanted to go back to the house and put on a new shoe because the intent of that run was to go easy and do recovery. So I started arguing back and forth with this shoe, and I'm just gonna let you listen to it. I'm sorry it gets a little bit ugly. I can't believe I even thought that you would be a good Max Cushion Easy Day shoe. You're not soft in the least. You've completely mistaken me. I'm not meant to be a soft, Easy Day shoe. I'm meant to be a daily trainer. Everything that I've read online, everything that I've thought of when I thought of you, pointed to a soft, Easy Day shoe. You're telling me you're meant to be just a daily trainer? Then why are you priced at 200 Canadian dollars? I've never been good with numbers, but just trust me. I'm gonna be a great daily trainer for you. Just please, give me one more shot. Do not feed me to your beast. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'll give you a couple more shots, but I can't promise that the beast isn't gonna get you. I was rough on him, but I realized that he's right. He knows what he's meant to do, and it's just me that kind of misunderstood the intent. He's a misunderstood shoe, that's for sure. But now that I kind of understand what the intent of the shoe is, I could kind of look at it from that perspective. So this shoe for me is a daily trainer. It's not going to be for my easy days or recovery days. It doesn't excel at that for me. Going at those easier paces, it did not feel great for me. And honestly, I have to be honest, even in terms of a daily trainer, it's not really working for me that great right now. I find the Fresh Foam X is feeling kind of dead right now. And what I'm hoping is that as I use it more and more, it will open up a bit. Maybe there's a break-in period, because there have been moments of magic with the Fresh Foam X where I feel that it feels amazing underfoot and we're getting along really well. But that has been mixed in by feelings of, I don't want to wear this shoe right now. I have lots of better options at home. I want to go and put those shoes on. Maybe I'm spoiled right now because I have a lot of great shoes in my arsenal, but the Fresh Foam X right now just isn't doing it for me. It's not super compressive. It's not helping me a lot on my next stride. It just feels like an average shoe. And that is another point of contention for me, is it does feel just like an average daily trainer, but it's priced at a premium Max Cushion price. And we'll get into that in the value section, but maybe if I paid a little bit less for this shoe, I wouldn't be so annoyed. But there are a lot of people that are enjoying this shoe, so maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me right now, and as I use this shoe more and more, I will enjoy the Fresh Foam X a little bit. But like I said, when I'm running along, the foam just feels kind of dead, and that's a shame to say because I was really looking forward to the 1080 V11. I've done 3 runs so far, totaling 15 plus kilometers, something like that. And like I said, there've been moments of magic, but it's been a lot of like, oh, well, I'm running. I have something on my foot. It doesn't feel amazing, and that's disappointing. But overall, so far, for my first thoughts of the midsole, it's gotta be 2.3 out of 3, just because it's not doing anything amazing. But I think that if I give it more time, it will open up, and that's why we come back to the shoe after 50 miles. I'm sorry. I really want to like you more than I do. Well, we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying. Now moving on to the upper, and this is where things start to pick up a bit for the 1080v11. The Ultra Heel design, guys, I gotta be honest, I think this might turn away quite a few people when they try it on in store. Because when you first put this on, you swear the shoe's just gonna fly off your foot when you start running. It almost feels like the heel is coming in almost like in the middle of your heel and it doesn't feel really secure. But somehow the more you wear it, it kind of molds to your heel and the lockdown starts to feel fantastic. Like honestly, I really enjoy what they do with the Ultra Heel here. It's my first New Balance shoe ever, so didn't know what to expect, but hey, I'm really enjoying it. Just like I said, when you first try it on in the store, you might be a little bit turned off, and I think that might deter quite a few people. Moving on to the tongue area and the ankle collar, the ankle collar, it feels pretty good. It's not ultra padded at all, actually. Wow, it doesn't feel like that, actually. It feels like there's quite a bit of padding out there when you're running, but that's, I guess, just a testament to how comfortable they make it without using much material. Fantastic New Balance. Yes, the tongue is gusseted, and that does help with the lockdown quite a bit. Moving down to the toe box, this is where the knit upper it feels so nice. I really enjoy what they do with the knit upper here. It feels fantastic for me. I don't have a super voluminous foot and I don't have a super narrow foot. It's kind of just an average size foot, but I do think that if you do have a bit of a wide foot, this knit upper is gonna stretch and accommodate your needs. And New Balance, I think they do come in like various widths as well. So if you do want this shoe and you have quite a bit of a wide foot, maybe look to see if they have the wide sizes in stock. It's not ultra breathable. I've been wearing it out and it's been like 4 degrees Celsius and it hasn't been too cold. I've been really trying to tune in to see if I can feel wind getting through, and every now and then there are some moments of breathability, but overall it's just average, just an average breathable shoe. Overall, the upper has been treating me fairly well. That has been a shining point of this shoe so far. Like I said, I was kind of nervous about the heel. The knit upper through the forefoot and midfoot is amazing. I love that feeling, and the structured overlays and the gusseted tongue are making the lockdown quite nice. So for the upper so far, we're gonna have to go 2.7 out of 3 for the initial impressions score. So what they have going on here with the outsole is different densities of rubber. So the gray rubber, this is a guess by the way. What I'm guessing is the gray rubber is what they're using for a more dense material. The blue rubber is a slightly less dense material, and the white is just the midsole. That whole thing wasn't a guess, only the color scheme is a guess. They do say online that they use different densities of rubber in the heel and the forefoot. Who knows? I don't know why they do that, maybe to make it feel a little bit more cushioned. They also have some flex grooves here, so that is apparently to make it feel a bit more smooth when you're going through a gait transition. It helps the shoe flex a bit more, although it doesn't flex super easily. I gotta be honest there. There's quite a bit of rubber, and I don't know why. I guess it is a daily trainer, so you do want that to last quite a bit. Overall, I don't know how to score this outsole. It's just super average, so we're gonna give it an average score, which is 2.3 out of 3. I think that's about 70%, and that's what I think that deserves. So the value of this shoe is where I get a bit more frustrated. I don't really understand the New Balance product line right now. They have the Beacon, which can be for tempo days. They have the 880V10, which could be a daily trainer as well. That's priced at $130. And then they have the 1080V11, which is sitting at $150 US or 200 Canadian dollars. So that's a $20 jump, or I think it's even $40 Canadian jump to get to the 1080V11 over the 880V11. And then you have the Fresh Foam More V3, which comes in at 215 Canadian dollars or 165 Canadian dollars. So to me, I thought the 1080V11 would be like the recovery and easy day shoe, right? That's what I thought. But it, to me, is a daily trainer. It doesn't feel like an easy or recovery day shoe. But then what is the 880V11? That is also a daily trainer. So they have two daily trainers that are priced quite differently. If there was a $10 difference, I could understand because this has more Fresh Foam X, but a $40 or $30 price difference, I don't understand, and I don't know how they can justify that. I just don't understand how they could price a daily trainer at 200 Canadian dollars. Although ASICS does that as well, I hope that's not going to be the new trend, because I've been using some great daily trainers that are in that 160 Canadian dollar range and even lower. Like the Rincon could be used as a daily trainer, and that comes in at 140 Canadian dollars, something like that. I think the 1080 V11 should be priced around maybe 140 US dollars or 170 Canadian dollars max. It's overpriced. And for that reason, I definitely don't think I would buy it again. In addition to the reasons that I said for the midsole, just not blowing me away. The value for this, guys, I have to give it a 1.7 out of 3. I need to put more miles into this. I think that if I do put more miles into it, it will open up a bit more and I may start enjoying the Fresh Foam X that much more. But for right now, it's not going to be my favorite shoe to pull out. It's going to be a chore to pull out to go run in this. And like I said, that could be because I have so many great shoes in my arsenal right now. I have the Zoom X Invincible that I've been completely obsessed with, and I have the Asics Glide Ride, which again, I've been totally obsessed with. And both of those shoes kind of fulfill what the 1080 V11 does as well. But the 1080 V11 is just less inspiring, less exciting overall, but maybe as I put more miles into it, I'll appreciate it that much more. That's all for today, folks. Just a quick video to get back into the swing of things. Work has been crazy, but I didn't want to put off this video any longer. So hope you're having a fantastic day. I will catch you on the next one. I'll see you later.